tell me sign. Breaking down the stories, every view will unwind. From left to right, we'll see the light. It's balance, we're chasing, no fighters fight. Good is still beats, walking it straight. Let's hear both sides, let's communicate. Politics and reason, let's find the truth. Good is still beats here to bridge it for you. Debates, insights, it's all on the screen. Good is still be keeping it keen. Hit subscribe, stay a while, it's diving deep with Curtis. So be the combos you need. The combos you need. Stay down with the cheerful whistle and guitar riff. Debates, insights, it's all on the screen. Curtis Selby keeping it keen. Hit subscribe, stay a while, let's dive in deep with Curtis Selby, the convo's unique. Curtis Selby, talking it straight, let's hear both sides, let's communicate. Politics and reason, let's find the truth. Curtis Selby's here to bridge it for you. Debates, insights, it's all on the screen. Curtis Selby keeping it keen. Hit subscribe, stay a while, let's dive in deep with Curtis Selby, the combos you need. The combos you need. The combos you need.
Well met, everybody. It is I, Curtis Selby, your retired midnight blogger. What blogs in this case at 11:05 p.m. and hence I will probably be blogging at midnight. I'm joined here today by our lovely brother. I'm tired enough to say lovely. PvP, how the hell are you doing today?
So I did a bit of cleaning and it seems every weekend I repeat the same pattern. I end up taking a nap in the middle of the afternoon. I don't get as much done as I hoped to, but oh well, still got a couple days. And since Easter week is next week, I'm working reduced hours because my boss told me to. So instead of 20, I'm only working 15 hours. So that's a bit of a nice break. So,
This week I'm only going to be working 75 hours
oh no.
this week coming up.
You know,
I'm
you
taking
know-
a day off. Oh, no,
Oh.
wait. I'll be working. Hold on. I'm doing my math wrong. I'm going to be working 68 hours. So
Okay.
I'm taking a whole day off. I'm going to go to the doctor. I'm going to get some rest. But
right.
it's been a discouraging week. I don't want to really talk too much about it because it hasn't been that bad. You know, I don't want to exaggerate. Nobody has passed away other than Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
Nobody else has passed away. A vet passed away. I take it back. It's just been a hard week. It's been a terrible week. I just take it back because with vet passing and with Chuck Norris passing, that alone would have qualified. And we talked about it backstage. I won't bore everybody on with details on the stream, but it's just been a challenging and difficult and kind of a discouraging week. But we endeavor to persevere. And today we're going to watch, I'm thinking maybe 2-3 episodes of the
Sounds good.
Disney series of Zorro.
Yeah, we could probably fit those in because they're only like 25 minutes apiece. So
Right on. And you wanted to join because this was, along with Dark Shadows, I believe this was one of the first shows that you loved as a child.
well, the thing is, this was the first show I ever loved. I didn't get to see Dark Shadows until the 80s, because it never aired in my local area, originally.
Ah, okay,
And then I
gotcha.
finally got to see some of it. I think I got to see it. Actually, I know when I started to see it because in the 80s, I used to trade. I used to do tape trading with people all around North America. And I had one guy in New Jersey because they had the PBS New Jersey network in New Jersey. And he would send me because they were basically airing uncut episodes of Dark Shadows. And he
Wow,
would send
cool.
me like a couple of tapes full of episodes. Of course, they were all out of order, so I got
Right.
introduced. I got introduced in a wonky way, but I still, totally got into watching Barnabas Collins, and yeah. So then I
I'm not
started to
laughing
watch.
at you, but go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it was crazy though, because back then, VHS and Betamax, people would trade. They would put out a list of actually there were some online, I think it was online magazines, or maybe I subscribed to one where they'd have like classified ads of the stuff people wanted to trade, and you'd get your first shipment from somebody, and they would always put a list of all the things they had to offer, and they also would mention all the things they wanted to find. So, it got pretty good. I think I was at the peak of it, I was probably trading with 5 or 6 people, and, I got some good stuff. I'll never forget, I got the Twilight Zone. Somebody in Saskatchewan had the Twilight Zone episode with George Takei that had been banned ever since its first
Mm-hmm.
airing in the '60s, and nobody had seen it since then. This guy actually had a decent copy of it that he recorded somehow. So I actually managed to watch that like back in the '80s, long before anybody else saw it, because it only came out, I think, when they put out the DVDs, right? So yeah, there was
Right.
some good stuff. Anyway, I could yak on, but I don't really. I probably should probably do that.
No, you're fine. You're fine. And I'm just trying to talk to folks in the chat here because I'm like, yeah, and I'm just tired
Yes.
enough to be like a little bit like not bright right now. So please forgive me if I, don't quite react in the best ways possible. But
Yeah,
I
I
love
get a
everybody
little.
here.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to be with everybody here watching Zorro. Let's see what's going on in the chat. If I can get it to go. You started off with first show you ever got into as a kid,
Yep.
and FKHC 2005, who some call Tim, is saying get on with it, which I appreciate your patience, Tim. I get it. I get it. Um, Zorro is a great show. John Ponerero, who everyone should be grateful, be thanking, because he is the founder of this particular stream. He is the one who gave the super chat that inspired me to
Hmm.
play some Zorro. He is saying blessed holy week to us, and Mark Wayne rules. And one of my libtard friends, yeah, hopefully with my luck he'll show up. And Curtis, you bastard! But he calls Mark Wayne a micropenis, and my best friend called him out in a major way for. Because I mean, let's face it. How are we supposed to have dialogue if we can't? If we're just going to throw ad hominem attacks at each other? But John Ponerera is correct. Mark Wayne Mullen he owns a plumbing business. He's very successful. Comes out of Tulsa, where I used to live, and we have accounting sheep. Ahoy! God bless you for being here. I can't say very much accounting, but PvP and I have been talking about a mutual acquaintance, and I think you would be interested to know that PvP was treated similarly to the way we have been. But I'm going to say no more in public or online. I just wanted you to know that, yeah, there's certain people treat people in a consistent fashion. And Jason Hurst rules. All right. Do you have anything to add, PvP, before we dive into this show?
I'm trying to remember the fellow that Guy Williams trained with, because he did actually train with the top world sword fighting guy before he filmed the
Wow.
show. Yeah, he actually trained for like several months, but I'm trying to remember the name of the guy, and I just can't seem to find it. It's just so frustrating when I can't find information. Uh,
Mm.
but yeah, he was the top swordsman in the world back in those years, and he did actually train for I think several months, probably 2 or 3 months before they started filming the series, and that's
I
why
got
the
to tell
sword
you,
fighting is so good.
I got to tell you, one of the things that Zorro, amongst other things, I've always been just a huge fan of sword fights, and
Mm,
um, I mean, I could go on and on and on and on and on, but of course, Zorro. If you don't have good sword fights in your Zorro movie, you don't really have a Zorro movie. You
true.
just don't. Um,
Yeah.
and obviously, the sword fight in Princess Bride, that was classic.
Yep.
Um, I don't know if you've ever watched Highlander the series, but the guy was legit. He trained with a sword in Japan for I want to say 7 years
Well.
before he did the show. So he's like he's the real deal too. I love those kinds of actors that can pull off a good sword fight. So,
Yeah,
all right.
I believe Princess Bride they did practice with a professional for some months before they did that
Yes, I don't know
scene.
all the
So,
details, but yes, I had heard that they practiced that scene in intense depth, and it
mhm.
shows. It shows. One last thing, I have a poll as I've asked what Pulp Fiction, because Zorro was originally a Pulp Fiction character. Who is your favorite Pulp Fiction character? Zorro is getting 50%. 25% of you say Conan the Barbarian. 25% of you say I like turtles. So far, none of you are voting for Alan Quartermain, who was the H. Rider Haggard character from King Solomon's Mines and a few other Pulp Fiction stories that he did. So there it is. And Tim says, You were not at the No Kings rally, Curtis. And I responded that I was not. And his response is, You have standards, but what standards? Who knows? Right on. All right. All right. Hopefully we are. Oh, goose crap all over the place. Get ice on it. And John Bonarera likes turtles. All right. I am going to hit play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, my sword is aflame. All right. Now I wish I was dressed like Zorro right now. It starts right off with the sword fighting.
Yeah.
Huzzah! And he's gay. Oh, like it is now! Huzzah! I know I wish I'd stayed in Spain.
Hmm.
All right. I am loving this already. Oh, his servant is deaf? I
Not re-
had not remembered that at all.
he's he's not actually deaf. He can't speak, but he does. But he does hear.
Okay.
So he pretends to be deaf so he can eavesdrop on the bad guys.
Gotcha. Politicos. Man, we could make a political advertisement for the Republican Party with this. John Ponterero was thinking gay Blade. This is just as good. I thought about it, but this seemed to be the thing to do. I don't know. Maybe I was wrong, but okay, the sound effects are actually pretty amazing for the time. Could you? I cannot imagine modern Hollywood coming out with anything like this.
Never.
Tim says this is more riffable. Well, I am going to riff it, but I'm riffing it from a place of love.
Yeah, Guy Williams is so good in this show. Yeah.
PvP, I want to talk to my mute servant about my new character. When do I get to do that? Sancho Panza! And the Democrat Party was originated, which it was a little bit after 1820. I know nothing! Nothing! Williams resumed his professional training in fencing with the Belgian champion Fred Cavens, who also trained Douglas Fairbanks, Errol Flynn, and Tyrone Power. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I finally found it. Finally found him.
That's
That's
fantastic.
that's why the sword play is so good in this show. Oh, Sergeant Garcia, he's good comedy relief.
So he's basically Sergeant Schultz before there was a Sergeant Schultz.
You kind of, yeah, that's pretty accurate, actually, Curtis.
I'd forgotten nearly all of this. I was probably 7 at the oldest the last time I saw these.
Yeah, I just totally got into this show right from the first episode I saw.
A young Gavin Newsom challenges Zorro. Yep, Gavin Newsom right there. Oh, somebody voted for Alan Quartermain. We've got 33% voting for Zorro, 17% for Alan Quartermain,
Ah,
33% for Conan the Barbarian, 17% say that they like turtles. Well, that's treason. He used to work for Twitter before Elon Musk bought it. Sanchez Monasterio? What the hell? Are they are they even Latino? Well, oops. He has returned because of our great style in hats. Spain does not have the great hats that we have in California. Oh, cool, John. Very clever. So, no probing this. Yes, Tim. Yeah, one of these two roles is the one I'd probably get. Oh, so no probing this time. Gotcha, Tim. Okay, that was funny. That was funny.
Yeah, well, he does love to get in a shot here and there whenever he can, right?
Hey, it's Tonto. Back in the day when people would die for each other. Now you're lucky if they don't just stab you in the back. Hey, Suzanne Eckstein. Welcome, welcome. Join us in Cosme. John keeps losing sound. I mean, at least on my end, not. But let me know if that keeps going.
Yeah, I would try refreshing because the sound is really it's loud and clear here. The sound here is good.
Son, you're no son of mine. John is getting sound after refreshing. Good, good, excellent, excellent.
Yeah, that often does help.
It doesn't always, but most of the time it works. Zorro! Yeah, and I'd forgotten that Zorro was Spanish for fox.
Yeah.
So it's Zorro News. Fair and balanced at the end of my blade. Zorro News.
Oh, here we go.
Ride, Shadowfax. Show them the meaning of speed. It's the Black Stallion.
Yeah, tornado.
Tornado. That's awesome. I'd forgotten all about this. I'd forgotten most of this stuff. This was really great.
It's
Here
definitely
I
the
am.
definitely the best thing Guy Williams ever did, in my opinion.
In search of hookers and blow. Oh, wait, no, sorry.
If they made the show today, probably.
Yeah, exactly. You know, this explanation for the Mandela effect is really weird. He looks like kind of like Johnny Cash if he was a bachelor. It's Blackened Beauty, the Cajun horse. Yes. The Cajun does sound good right about now. So it's 1820. Little did they know that 200 years later, everyone would be wearing masks. So his elaborate plan is to steal some rope. It's great to work for the evil bastards. Proving that modern corporate America is more evil than the wicked alcalde out of Zorro. And if not, I will relieve myself on his desk. That's mean. El Zorro. Maybe I should change my channel name to El Zorro. They'll never outfox the fox. This sword fighting is pretty legit.
Yeah, they really got it. They really did it right.
You know, the original KKK just wasn't as formidable as they ended up being. Don't turn around. Uh-oh. The Commissar's in town. Uh-oh. You know, I have unbridled enthusiasm for boxes, but oh, that was freaking cool. I
Yeah,
liked it.
and the thing is, there's a lot of episodes that have continuing storylines. I think this probably was the first series that ever had continuous plot lines.
Yeah, now you'd be lucky to get the gay blade out of Disney.
Well, the thing is, I think they usually go for like 15 episodes with a continuous storyline, and then they would change over to the next story. And I don't think any other show back in those days was doing continuing plot lines because it was basically episodic TV for the most part.
Right.
So Zorro was ahead of its time there.
Suzanne, I think, must have voted because we have a shift in the poll. Conan the
Hmm.
Barbarian is leading with 44% of the vote.
Hmm.
Zorro! What the heck?
Oh, you got Spanish titles or something on here. You better check the subtitles. It looks like they're fine now. That was weird.
1,000 pesos for Zorro.
Mm.
Yeah, the sergeant isn't a complete buffoon.
Yeah, Garcia's got his moments, but
Yeah, he is mostly a buffoon, but not a complete buffoon.
well, he's kind of like a likable buffoon
Yeah. Well,
because he's not.
Sergeant Schultz was the same.
Yeah, he's not really a bad guy. He's just working for a bad man.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
He looks a lot like who does he look like? Learn Spanish in 5 easy episodes of Zorro. Ah, I want secret doors and passageways in my house.
Yeah, it's handy.
So he's like the precursor to Batman.
Kinda. Mm.
Yeah, they stumble across Barnabas Collins' tomb in the background. Oh, well, now we're under the brothel. He is Batman. Yeah, the horse is tired of carrying the weight on this show.
It is kind of like the Batcave when you think about it.
It really is.
In fact, I wonder if that was the same tunnel where the
I
Batmobile would
wonder
have out.
too.
I think it might be.
Be sure the nachos arrive safely. Okay.
Ooh, hum.
Yeah, I would definitely pull off the role of the mute henchman. We'll leave a light on for you. Hasta la vista, baby.
Hmm.
We have fewer children to diddle out here.
Hey, Carney.
Hey, howdy, Connie Cleary. We are watching Zorro. I need nachos. All the federales say we could have had nacho any day. We only let him slip away. Especially if his name is Gavin Newsom.
Oh boy. Is there truth to the rumor that he might be running for the presidential campaign?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh, that's
If he
scary thought.
wins, I will. I don't know. I just don't know. Nice. Where's Catherine Zeta Jones? That's my only criticism. Here we go. Here's the hot chick. That's all the show was lacking.
Yeah, we do get some good looking women in the show.
She's I would be happy to yeah. I am taking you to my bed.
Mm.
It's good to be Zorro.
Oh boy.
El Patron sounds pretty good right now. The election of Gavin Newsom in 100, 200 years. Duh.
Huh. Huh. Mm.
Mussolini. You know, for a racist society that hates the Spanish, this show actually makes the Spanish look pretty cool and competent. I mean, am I wrong?
Well, except for the commandante, who's a rat.
Well, yeah, but he's a competent rat, and
Well,
he's
he's
actually got a fair amount of class.
he's got social skills.
Yeah,
Yeah, like he's good at manipulating people. Let's put it that way.
but exactly, he's not just a street thug. He's someone to be reckoned with. You know.
Yeah, he's much a politician as anything else, really.
Oh, boom chicka wow wow. I'd like to confront the Senorita Torres.
Huh.
A young Charles Bronson looks on. Man, I am hungry for Mexican food right now.
You're craving tacos, are you?
Uh huh.
Oh, here we go.
Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Mm.
Oh, that ain't right. It is El Zorro. Uh oh. I want to run around in a Zorro outfit and save the innocent. To be fair, that horse is carrying a fair amount of weight. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. I think that's what Garcia was trying to avoid that fact.
Yep.
Blame it on the horse.
Well, he's like I say, he's not completely stupid.
Yeah,
A completely stupid person would have tried to jump.
yeah. I wouldn't want to try and jump that. Oh, here we go. Huh. It
I want a dressing gown like that.
is pretty nice. Hmm.
I want to be Zorro. Oh, that's not right.
Yeah, I gotta say, for a Disney show, there's some pretty hardcore stuff in here.
That
Like,
was that was much better than I mean, I remembered loving it, but obviously I was too young to really have a very discerning taste. There's a lot of high quality stuff here.
yeah, and the thing is, it's definitely geared towards all ages because kids. Well, I was a kid, I loved it, and
Yeah,
I'm sure
yeah.
adults would like it.
Well,
But
I'm
I mean,
still enjoying it as a 54-year-old. You
exactly,
know, it's it's
and
uh
yeah,
it's really good. The because I mean I don't know the history very well, but I know that there was stuff going on in California, and we claim that there was corruption. Whether there really was, I don't know. But we kind of
right,
used it to justify it was part of the war with Mexico that
yeah,
they were being mean to Texas and they were being corrupt to California, and Santa Ana was
yeah.
kind of a poop head. I mean, I'm just putting
Well,
that out there.
the thing is too, like the next episode when the Indians are getting whipped. I mean, that's pretty hardcore stuff
That
for a
really
Disney show,
is
you
for a
know?
Disney show in the 50s. I mean,
Yeah, because they're not holding back on it too. Like
no, that
it's
that
really brutal.
was that kind of shocked me. That I don't know that that's even quite rated G. It might be more of a PG rating
Yeah,
there.
for its time, I'm amazed they got away with it actually.
But I mean, the thing is, the story, um, it needed to be told. This is the thing. This is the thing that I think really bothers me. The liberal ideals that wokeness evolved or devolved from, they
Yeah.
were legit. We should be talking about the story about the oppression of the Indians, but that doesn't mean that like it doesn't mean that it has to be all
Well,
white men are bad, and
it's all got flipped on its head now because here where I am, the government has basically they've given like a title to the natives,
hmm
and they've basically given all of Vancouver to the native bands. Like
hmm
they've basically given them title over all the land in Vancouver, and it's like, what about all the non-Indian people living there, millions of them? What are they going to do? They're just going to move out. These homes they paid for, they got mortgages on, like they're just supposed to
Well,
leave.
we're going to force them all to march to Oklahoma.
It's crazy what's going on. I guess that's it. Two episodes for two
Yeah,
episodes. Yeah.
I hope you'll forgive me, but I'm
No, no,
I'm
no. So
badly
fine.
badly tired.
Uh,
I'm going to end the poll. The It looks like Conan the Barbarian won as
huh.
favorite Pulp Fiction character. 50% of the people polled. Zorro was tied for second with Alan Quartermain, both getting 20%. 10% of
Hmm.
you, I'm assuming it was just John, voted I like turtles.
Huh. Huh.
So I am thinking, um, I don't know. I don't want to make any promises because like I say, the exhaustion is real, but I'm thinking maybe about trying to do at least as many Saturday evenings as I'm able to with Zorro and just
Okay.
continuing that.
Yeah.
And
If you're
Sundays Star
yeah.
Trek. So
Are
so
you
there
gonna
it is.
do? Are you thinking of doing Trek tomorrow
I
night?
think I
Or
can if since so I will share this much with the community. I was going to have a date tomorrow, and because of circumstances, it has been canceled. And I hate it, but but life is what it is, and it goes on. But since I'm not going to have a date, I think I might as well enjoy some Star Trek with you guys. So
yeah, sometimes the circumstances can throw a curveball, so to
yeah,
speak.
they
Uh,
can. And again, I don't want to make any promises, but at the same time, I do want to keep streaming. I have fun with you guys. I love watching these shows.
yeah,
So
I enjoy it. Yeah, I enjoy
so
it.
I'll keep plump pounding away as best as I can. Um, for what it may or may not be worth, there's two reasons why I continue to do the two job thing. One is I would really like to buy a freaking house.
Mm,
And I'm hoping maybe because I'm socking away a fair amount of money fairly quickly, and I'm
that's good.
hoping maybe I can get a down payment for not a great house, but maybe something inexpensive, you know.
Right.
And the second thing is, if you haven't been able to tell from my venture into YouTube, I've always kind of wanted to be an entrepreneur of some kind.
Hmm.
And maybe I'm wrong, but a lot of the times entrepreneurs work crazy freaking hours for a couple of years.
True.
And so
True. True.
I'm just trying to see if I handle it very well or not.
Mm.
Um, I don't know if I'm handling it very well, but um,
Well, I just
anyway,
wonder how. I just wonder how many months you can go on
I
with
don't
such an
know.
extreme
I,
schedule because I
I
couldn't do it at my
I
age.
know I can't. I don't feel like I can do it for much longer. I am taking the 31st off
Mm.
of work, so I may do some random streaming then. Maybe
Hmm.
I don't,
Yeah.
but
So,
I need that day. So
is there anything on the horizon as far as maybe a higher paying job where you don't
well,
have to work quite so many hours?
I do have. So I don't know if you're familiar with the retail chain of Atwoods. They basically sell a lot of farm supply stuff.
Okay.
They have an opening for a store manager, and I intend to fill out that application tonight. And if I got that job, I would probably be, I mean, I'd still be working some fairly long hours, but not quite, not these kind of hours, I don't think.
Yeah, I would think a
So,
manager position would pay
and it would pay
more.
significantly better than,
Yeah.
frankly, what I'm making on at both jobs combined.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Well, that
and
would be
you're,
a good step.
yeah,
Yeah.
I hope so. Well, you're very welcome, Connie, and I got your message, John. I love you too, sir. It's life is hard, but the last week has been discouraging, but it's still been good. It could have been. I whine about what happened, but what if the thing had gone through and those people had wiped out my whole bank account? I'm not focusing enough on that positive, and so things definitely could be profoundly worse than they are, and I need to focus on that. So, well, did you have any
Yeah.
last words before we surrender you to the alcalde? I mean,
Uh, Can't think of anything offhand. What time are you going to do? If you're doing Trek, what time would it be approximately?
probably 4 or 5 Central, somewhere thereabouts.
So that would be Pacific time would be 2 or 3.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to make
So,
sure I've got that right in my mind then. Because I'm probably going to go out and do a bit of shopping,
okay.
hopefully early tomorrow if I
Shopping is good.
wake up. Looks like we got some good ones though, because you did Menagerie the last time you did Trek
Yes,
some
yes.
weeks back. So the two coming up would be Conscience of the King and Balance of Terror. So those are both pretty good episodes. So
Right on.
yeah, so that should be a good double
Sorry.
double episode time.
Yep, yep, yep.
Actually, yeah, there's some good ones coming up over the next while in season 1 here, because then after that we got Shore Leave and Galileo 7 and Squire Gothos and Arena, and got a pretty strong run of episodes coming up there. So
Yeah, I know I'm quite impressed. The first season is really really strong and solid. I can see why this show became the icon that it is. And thank you very much, Connie
mm,
Cleary, who's been a member in spite of the fact that I'm kind of lame anymore, but she has been a member for 8 months. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
yeah, let's see. Have you seen Trek before? Like I forget now if you ever mentioned that.
Well, I've seen a lot of the episodes, but I've never. This is the first time I'm watching basically from beginning to end.
I see. Okay, so you've seen random ones.
Yes, very
Yeah.
random.
Well,
So,
yeah, I suppose that's the way it was for a lot of people because I didn't see it until it was like the fall of 1969 when it finally got syndicated because my local channel only showed the really popular shows,
right.
and it was never a hit show when it was on NBC. So when it finally got syndicated, that's when I started to see it, and they showed everything out of order.
Yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
I remember the first one I saw was the court martial one, uh,
Oh, okay.
and I was bored to tears as a kid because I was like, I thought this was going to be like phasers and
Yes.
battles, and then I got a courtroom drama, and I'm thinking, geez, what is this, Perry Mason or something? You know, of course,
Yeah.
then the following week they had the arena episode with the Gorn, and then I
Yes.
was hooked after that. So yeah,
Oh, that gourd. Okay. I'm going to
yeah.
call it a stream.
Okay, sounds
Good
good.
night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.